corn head always looks bare when it's got the snouts off of it. We're going to pull the chains and we can get in there a little better. Alright, I cut the first one off with a cutoff wheel. And you can see right through there where it's got a bow. That's where it's jerking the ear down through there and wearing it out. Like I said, I cut the first one off with a cutoff wheel. And I'm thinking plasma cutter. We'll just make a jig probably and put a little bend on them and let them roll. Well, I had one goof up. I told Bob we needed 3/8 stainless, and this stuff is 5/16 that's coming off, and we got 304 3/8 stainless. I don't know, maybe better anyway. Everybody wants to complain about the butt shelling on these. We never really had much trouble, but anyway, see, these are so worn. You see right there, you can't keep the opening right here. What's our part number? You can't keep the opening here right. Anyway, they're just not straight. Okay, that's where we ended up. Use a 3/8 304 stainless. We welded back in where they had welded, where we cut it to keep it as clean as possible. I'm pretty sure they've done this before because the welds aren't even side to side, and there's really no rhyme or reason to how they were welded. But anyway, this one's in. We use, and you guys, I'm sure up north probably have bigger stocks. I don't know, but we use a 3/4 impact socket at the front, and we use this 13/16, the old no-go, but then 13/16 up here. Whoop, no, wasn't showing you. So we use 13/16 impact socket here, snug, which that makes a 3/4 loose, and then a 3/4 up here, snug. I don't know if that's right or wrong. That's how we've always done it. 3/4 at the front, 13/16 at the back. Bob's on the phone ordering chains now. We can buy aftermarket chains for, what'd you say, $47? $41 a piece. I'm sure they're Chinese chains. Agco's 101, Bob? 108. But I told Bob I hate to put a bunch of Chinese chains on it if these are better than what we're going to put back. So anyway, we'll keep all these. We'll order all new chains for at least 2 heads. We have 3 6-rows. We may try to run all 3 6-rows this year. We'll see. So yeah, it's only like $500 and some per head to put the new chains. And like I said, I know that they got to be a Chinese chain. If they'll run, then I hate that. You guys know me, I'm about American, but I'm also about not losing my house. A little bit. Too much salmon oil. That ain't good. You can shut that off there. Saturday morning, August 2nd. This one we did last night. I don't know what time it is. 8 o'clock maybe. This one we did this morning. We gotta get that chain off. We got new chains coming. A new sprocket on that end one because it's a little harder to get to. Keep moving. New sprocket, new chain, old sprocket. This is a little harder to get to, so we only had one new sprocket. That one was a little loose. For you cornhead guys, you know, we're down here in Kansas, we don't have a clue. You adjust these past center. I know they say on down corn you kind of line these up, but on normal picking you stagger them. But these are adjustable both directions. I'd take some input if you guys had it on how to adjust that. I told Bob we got a book over there. You think we could go get it and read? And we may do that yet. Now the second one. Slowly getting there. A bunch of crap laying on there you can't see. So we just cut the old ones off with plasma. Run these out wild. Weld them in. Some bump welds here. I've got a piece of pipe that I shove them over. Stick it on the end. Shove them over. Done. The last 2 rows on this one. And I have to look at the others. I don't think the others need it. We bought enough material for them, but we will see. Pile of chains. Sounds like Bob's going to get new chains, some sprockets Tuesday. We had enough chains for these 2 rows as you saw earlier. So these 2 are complete. Eight o'clock Sunday morning. August about what, 3rd? This is that adapter plate that we built because this was a high rise. It goes up in farther. It was on an R65. Well, luckily, now that Bob bought that 75, I just dropped this adapter plate that we had stuck up in there to make it a low rise. Anyway, Bob said we beat that in there with a hammer. I told him, I said, well, as much as it's bounced around on a combine, we'll just take the bolts out, it'll fall out. He didn't think so. Well, I just took the bolts out and it fell out on the floor. Luckily, I moved my extension cord because I thought it might. Still Sunday morning. Got Bob's 75 out. We're going to pull the head off that transport. We dug a bunch of stuff out of the shed, so I get my 62 out. It had one of our other heads on it. So we're going to take this head off and then put my head on this transport so we can start on it. We've done everything we can do to this head until we get changed Tuesday, I believe. So popped up back into my Tahoe. Got that block out. I guess I showed you that for the high rise. Like that. I had to go get some more vice grips so we can hold the chains on that next header. Go buy some cheap junk Harbor Freight ones. Six row is going to be a little small on a 75, but it is what it is. We have the 6 row. We've looked at some 12s. Sure, that's in the future, not this year. A couple problems with a 12, and that's you take it off every field. We never take these 6s off. So that means you got to have a header trailer capable of hauling a 12 row corn head. We're just gonna drop this in my shed, put Bob's combine back up. And this is the head we were gonna use for parts that we think's too good to use for parts. He's gonna snag it with his 75, move it out of the weeds. We're gonna go through and probably rebuild it. I don't think we'll put new chains on it. I think we're gonna put chains on the other two, and then pick out good chains and put back on this one. This is not a high rise. It does have a filler plate in there where just pull it out and make it high rise, but Bob can still pick it up. It just won't line up. Well, our block sank in the mud. Bob can't get under it. Mine may get under it. That's number 2 head. It's in. Snout's off. Doing some welding on it. About 1 o'clock. It's lunchtime. Alright, on this head, I think we decided we're going to leave the deck plates alone. They are worn, but they're pretty straight. So we got just a tiny belly right there. I don't know. I think we're going to leave them alone. Sprockets. I think we're going to put all new sprockets on. This one. And we were going to replace the ones Bob needed on that other head. But we may end up replacing all of them too. They're not very high. Abilene machine, they're like $13 a piece or something. Well, you can't have much downtime for $13. Pulled all the zerks out, got all the sprockets off, all the chains are off. Get chains and sprockets Tuesday. Patched the floor up on this one. Got a crack here. Patched it. We had actually a little hole there. Put a plate underneath it, patched it. So, this is number 2, I told you. Monday, guys. Scouting beans. Got some leaf feeding. I'm not finding anything but grasshoppers. I don't see any worms. So, I don't know. Look pretty fair. It's about 6:30 in the morning. One quick deal. The other day when I was in this field, I said, oh, I don't know what happened there. Blank road. Some guy made a 9-paragraph comment. I'm pretty sarcastic. So, people that know me personally know I'm pretty sarcastic. I don't know. It's not good sometimes, but that's just who I am. So I told him, or I told him on the video, I don't know what happened there. There was no beans. I know exactly what happened there. And most of you guys do too. I said, well, there's no beans there. And over here, there was no beans. He's like, check your equipment. You don't know what you're doing. Blah, blah. Anyway, that's sprayer track, goofball. Right there. 1, 2, 3 that we skipped with the sprayer. And right here. So anyway, like I said, my sarcasm sometimes runs away with me. That being said, everything looks pretty good here. Like I said, I wish we didn't have quite as much leaf feeding, but kind of is what it is. Not seeing any beetles, not seeing any worms. So, no, looks pretty fair. Missed the shower we had last night, or missed the shower they were talking last night. And we knew the volunteer was going to be a chore with the hail and wind we had, so I hope we don't have to hit this stuff again. Hopefully we'll get up here and get canopied. And getting our corn. But it run out right up there about half a mile. That's sarcasm again. I guess I'll just have to start saying every day, every video, when I'm being sarcastic. All right, let's see what happens today. Probably work on a corn head or two, and it's beautiful this morning. Almost chilly. Same old, guys. Last quarter that needs sprayed this pass. Look at the, let's see if you can see it. The moths. I believe they're webworm moths. We got webworms. I didn't see any army worms. Mostly it's webworm feeding. And since we're making a pass, you know what we're doing. We're feeding them. 160 acres left, then we'll be caught up on the beans. Monday, what is today, guys? 5th, maybe? August 5th. Bob's got some wet area right down through there. It's windy all week after today. Might get a couple mornings that you guys could run, but for us, this is our option. Well, a new one for me, guys. The guy that runs this township just stopped and asked me to farm closer to the road and spray the ditch all the way to the road if I would. Well, I don't have a problem spraying the ditch if that's what he wants, but we take pride on not farming the ditch. This isn't North Dakota where you farm clear to the road. But anyway, he told me he wanted us to farm as close as we wanted, at least the bottom of the ditch. I don't know. I've never heard that before. Done with that quarter. Had enough for the day. Yeah, I just had to bring you back. I don't know. I mean, nice guy. But, yeah, I guess I'm a little puzzled.